If I see one more comment about someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna get mad. Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear a theory about it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it was this. Oh, yo, Red. Yo, Red. Listen, boy, listen. Stop that, okay? You guys are causing me a lot of trouble, okay? Detectives came to me already, okay? Like, it's getting ridiculous. They're going to my mom. Like, this is a big problem. If you guys keep going with this Island Boy stuff, I promise you I'm gonna get mad.
The Island Boys are now caught in a federal investigation that has the entire hip-hop scene shocked and their careers hanging by a thread. Behind their viral antics and colorful dreads, these Florida twins were allegedly running a calculated home invasion scheme that brought federal agents straight to their doorstep with search warrants, flipping their whole world upside down. The truth behind why the feds pulled up is darker and more complicated than anyone expected, and it's all coming to light through exclusive footage, leaked audio, and insider street information. Social media has been buzzing with theories about who really broke into 6ix9ine's Florida mansion, but the real story began in November 2025, when 4 masked gunmen stormed his Palm Beach home, held his 60-year-old mother at gunpoint, and ransacked the place for cash and jewelry. The timing was too perfect, the execution too smooth, and online detectives started connecting dots that drew federal attention. This situation became bigger than a home invasion. It turned into a story of jealousy, desperation, and how far people will go when their fame starts fading. And all of it unfolded while 6ix9ine was live streaming with Jack Doherty, talking tough about moving with no security, not knowing his world was about to explode.
Talked openly about not having security, and then he's advertising that he's not home on this live stream.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's silly. I don't know why he's out there bragging about not having security, because he definitely needs security, and this is not going to go away for multiple reasons. He's an easy target. You know, when you walk around with, you know, $250,000 in jewelry on you, if you insist on walking around with that type of money, then you need professional help. And your friends hanging out with you obviously are insufficient. You need people that know what they're doing.
He's been openly admitting he doesn't use security, and then he goes on a live stream basically showing the world that he's not even home. It's reckless. I don't understand why he keeps bragging about not having protection when he clearly needs it. This problem isn't going away anytime soon for a lot of reasons. He's an easy target, especially when he walks around wearing millions of dollars in jewelry. If he insists on carrying that kind of money and flexing like that, then he needs real security, not just friends hanging around. He needs trained professionals who actually know what they are doing. Meanwhile, back at his mansion, 4 masked individuals were glued to that exact live stream, timing their move to perfection as if they were studying his every action. On the streets, we all know timing is everything in these kinds of operations, but this situation was different because these weren't just random stick-up kids looking for a quick score. According to leaked footage analysis, these were guys who already had their own viral fame and should have been making legitimate money instead of risking federal charges for some cash and jewelry. The leaked TMZ footage revealed something that grabbed everybody's attention and had the internet losing it. You can clearly hear one of the robbers calling another by a specific name that matches one of the Island Boys' nicknames. That's some extremely coincidental timing right there, and social media detectives were not letting it slide. Fans started dissecting every second of that footage like they were working for the FBI. But here's where the story goes deeper than just voice recognition. Online sleuths began full CSI-level analysis, looking at walking patterns, posture, body language, and even the way these masked figures carried themselves. Their mannerisms, swagger, and distinctive movements all lined up with footage of the Island Boys from music videos and social media clips. People were literally analyzing how they swing their arms while walking, how they stand, how they talk, and even how their body reacts when nervous. But here's the real tea that shocked everyone: the jewelry. Fans noticed one of the robbers wearing what appeared to be the same distinctive chain Kodiak had recently posted on Instagram, a custom piece with specific engravings that would be nearly impossible to replicate. The chain was partially visible under the robber's hoodie, and the design matched photos from just weeks earlier. That's the kind of evidence that gets federal investigators fully engaged. Now, let me break down the financial situation, because this is where the motive becomes crystal clear. The Island Boys went from internet sensations making serious money from appearances and social media deals to being mostly forgotten, and that viral fame money dried up fast.
If God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest it in something, so you guys will never ever be broke again.
Hey, George, hold on. No, hold on. No, hold on.
Podcast.
No.
Here, I'll move it for you. I was giving you nice advice, bro.
And now they're all looking at 6ix9ine, who's still pulling in millions of dollars despite all his ongoing legal troubles, still flashing cash and expensive cars on social media like it's absolutely nothing. Now, this is where we have to address the elephant in the room. As the heat started building and social media detectives were piecing together this case better than some professional forensic investigators, one of the island boys finally felt the intense pressure and decided to speak out. And fam, his response was extremely telling. The way he handled the situation revealed exactly how much stress and pressure he was feeling from all the relentless speculation and ongoing investigation surrounding them.
Stop mentioning me in your videos. Stop. Or whatever videos you're mentioning me in, stop mentioning me in the comment section. Stop! Stop, you understand me?
Homie came out swinging with a bunch of alibis, claiming he was in Vegas when the robbery went down, and he was dropping specific details about his exact whereabouts that nobody even asked for. He was talking about taking taxis, being all the way on the west coast of Florida, giving exact timestamps and locations like he was already building a full-on legal defense.
Hey, for anyone that's saying that I had robbed somebody's house, 6ix9ine, Red is in the west coast of Florida, and I was in Vegas. I just got to Florida, just now. I'm riding a taxi. I just got to Florida. What you saying? You tripping? I ain't robbed nothing, man.
Real talk, that's some serious defensive behavior right there. Why are you explaining your exact location if you ain't got nothing to hide? Let me break down for you what happened next. Shorty got even more heated, telling people to completely stop talking about the 6ix9ine situation altogether. He was visibly frustrated, saying he didn't want to hear any theories or wild speculation, getting aggressive about people even mentioning the supposed connection.
If I see one more comment about someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna get mad. Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear a theory about it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it was this. Oh, yo, Red. Yo, Red. Listen, boy, listen. Stop that, okay? You guys are causing me a lot of trouble, okay? Detectives came to me already, okay? Like, it's getting ridiculous. They're going to my mom. Like, this is a big problem. If you guys keep going with this Island Boy stuff, I promise you I'm gonna get mad.
But here's the kicker. He admitted that detectives had already come to question him about the entire situation and that they were even bothering his family members. You'll hear that? Detectives had already come to him. That means law enforcement was taking these social media investigations seriously enough to actually question him and his relatives. When federal investigators are knocking on your door because of internet theories, that's when you know the evidence is starting to look seriously suspicious. The fact that they were questioning his mother too shows this investigation was escalating and getting very serious. The psychological pressure was clearly affecting him. You could hear it in his voice and see it in his body language. This wasn't just someone casually denying rumors. This was someone genuinely stressed out about the situation. The way he kept emphasizing that people needed to stop talking about it, and that it was causing him real problems, showed the walls were closing in. The real kicker, though, is that while the internet was building this case against the Island Boys, and while one of them was clearly feeling the intense heat from federal investigators, 6ix9ine himself came out with a completely different story that threw everybody for a loop. This is where the plot thickens because his version of events contradicts everything the internet detectives were claiming. When Aiden Ross asked him directly about the Island Boys rumors during a live stream, 6ix9ine shut it down immediately. He said he didn't think it was them at all, claiming he saw something entirely different during the robbery. He was adamant that the internet got it all wrong and that people were just making up conspiracy theories for clout.
What's up? So I want to make this video to clear up all the fake news and rumors. So the world knows this. It's a fact. I'm on house arrest. I've been on house arrest. I think everyone in America and everyone across the world knows that I'm on house arrest. Yesterday, they allowed me to leave for work. People, I guess, saw that I was on live stream with Jack Doherty. They took that opportunity to do some. Like I said, it's me, so I get it. The rules are different for me. But if it was your favorite artist, your favorite actor, and that was done, they don't get no cool points for that. My mom is 60 years old. Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Y'all know I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack Doherty in Miami, and y'all do that. That's whack. Get no cool points for that. I don't think nobody respects that.
6ix9ine got very specific with his denial, explaining that there are hundreds of homes in his neighborhood and suggesting it was local kids who carried out the break-in. He pointed out that the robbers had no visible tattoos and that their faces were partially visible, which didn't match the island boys' appearance at all. He was breaking down their physical characteristics in detail, almost like he was giving an official police report.
Allegedly, people are saying it was the Island Boys.
No, I don't even think Island Boys.
They're not capable. No, I swear, that's what I saw. I swear. That's what. No.
There were kids in this neighborhood.
What
so
the
let
fuck?
me leave that real clear. There's 230 homes in my neighborhood. What it's pointing out to be, yeah, he didn't do that then. But
Yeah,
what was pointed out to be that it was kids in the neighborhood because there was no car that came in, no car that left. So it was white kids at that.
No way.
Oh, hell no.
There was no tattoos, so
Are you gonna be
this myth that it was those two brothers that there's no tattoos, their face was able to see, there was no tats, so that's just a myth. It's just Instagram conspiracy, whatever fuck. But anyway, long story short, I'm glad that my mom's okay. I'm glad that my dog's okay. I'm glad that my family's okay.
amazing?
And yeah, these people took the opportunity when I wasn't home.
Now, let's talk about this huge contradiction. Hold up, and let that sink in for a minute. 6ix9ine is claiming it was neighborhood kids with no tattoos, while internet detectives have voice recordings, jewelry matches, walking pattern analysis, and federal investigators questioning the island boys. Something definitely isn't adding up here, gang. Either the internet got it completely wrong, or 6ix9ine is protecting someone, or there's something deeper going on that we don't fully know yet. Why would 6ix9ine contradict all this evidence? Maybe he doesn't want to escalate the situation further. Maybe he knows something we aren't aware of. Or maybe he's trying to protect his own reputation by not being linked to the Island Boys drama. In the streets, sometimes you keep certain information to yourself to avoid creating bigger problems. But here's where it gets interesting. The fact that federal investigators were involved means this wasn't just a local police matter. When the feds investigate a home invasion, it usually involves evidence of interstate activity, organized crime elements, or connections to other federal cases. Federal agents don't waste time on simple burglaries. The financial motive for the Island Boys was very real. These dudes went from making serious money per appearance at their peak to struggling to book club gigs for pocket change. At their height, they were pulling in tens of thousands per show, getting paid for social media posts, living the celebrity lifestyle. But fame is fleeting. When the internet moves on to the next viral sensation, the money stops flowing fast. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine was out here buying his mom luxury cars and throwing around million-dollar cash gifts like it was nothing. He was posting videos of stacks of cash, expensive jewelry, luxury cars, and living in a mansion, while the Island Boys struggled to stay relevant. That type of contrast can mess with your head when you used to be on the same level. For those who might not understand street dynamics, let me break it down. In the hood, desperation makes people do crazy things. Watching somebody else live lavishly while you struggle to pay bills can turn jealousy into something dangerous real quick. That contrast can drive desperate people to desperate actions. It's not just about the money. It's about respect, status, and feeling like you deserve what they have. The social media silence from both Island Boys around the time of the robbery was suspicious as hell. These are guys who usually post multiple times per day showing off their lifestyle, music, and daily activities, but they went completely dark during the exact time frame of the incident. Their last posts before going silent were from Miami, only about an hour's drive from 6ix9ine's Palm Beach mansion. Fans' voice analysis was actually more thorough than some professional investigations, comparing speech patterns, Florida accents, vocal inflections, and even running audio through voice recognition software. Multiple breakdowns showed significant similarities between the robbers' voices and one of the Island Boys, with some fans claiming high percentage matches using professional software. This isn't just about a home invasion or internet conspiracy theories. The real kicker is that this situation exposed how social media fame creates both opportunities and vulnerabilities. The Island Boys had fame but lost fortune, while 6ix9ine had both but made himself a target by constantly flaunting wealth online. Both sides of this equation created the perfect storm. This isn't just about whether the Island Boys did it. It's about how the internet has become a powerful tool for justice, how financial desperation can drive people to extreme actions, and how federal investigators are now taking social media evidence seriously. We live in a time where internet detectives can build cases that law enforcement must pay attention to. Let's not forget the real victim here, 6ix9ine's 60-year-old mother. She was held at gunpoint in her own home. Whether it was the Island Boys or neighborhood kids, she was traumatized because her son made himself a target. This elderly woman, who doesn't speak much English and goes to church every week, had to experience terror because of her son's lifestyle choices. The streets are talking, and here's what they are saying: In the hood, when something doesn't smell right, you notice it. The timing, execution, and aftermath all suggest insider knowledge or someone who knew the layout and routine. The robbers knew exactly when to strike, how to move through the house, and where to look for valuables. They knew 6ix9ine's schedule, when he'd be streaming, and his security situation. This situation is bigger than one robbery. It's about how social media has changed the game for celebrities and criminals. Constantly posting your location, showing wealth, and giving house tours basically provides a blueprint for anyone with bad intentions. 6ix9ine was literally advertising when he wasn't home and what valuables he had. What's really interesting is how law enforcement is adapting to this new reality. Federal investigators now take social media evidence seriously, using crowdsourced investigations to build cases and recognizing that internet detectives sometimes uncover details traditional methods miss. This case may set new precedents for future investigations. At the end of the day, this situation isn't just about a home invasion or viral conspiracy theories. It's about how social media fame can be a double-edged sword, how financial desperation can drive people to life-changing mistakes, and how the internet never forgets. Whether the Island Boys did it or not, this situation shows how quickly things can spiral out of control in the digital age. The real question is what happens next for the Island Boys and 6ix9ine. With federal investigators involved, social media evidence mounting, and contradictory statements from all parties, this story is far from over. The power of crowdsourced investigations is something criminals probably don't fully appreciate until it's too late. We may be witnessing a new era where internet justice and traditional law enforcement work together. This case is also changing how celebrities approach social media. The days of carelessly flashing wealth and broadcasting every move might be coming to an end. Smart celebrities are already adjusting their strategies, being more careful about what they show and when. What are your thoughts on this situation? Do you think the Island Boys really did it, or is 6ix9ine right about neighborhood kids? The evidence points in multiple directions, and the contradictions are wild. Are internet detectives helping or hurting these investigations? And what does this mean for how celebrities use social media going forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more breaking news shaking up the culture. You'll stay safe out there, fam, and remember, the internet is always watching. In 2025, your digital footprint could be the evidence that makes or breaks